Hello, this is Mike Randazzo from Journalosity. Recently, I spoke with Barry Henthorn, who is the CEO of eSight Motors and Reeltime Rentals. During that interview, we talked a lot about Barry's history, all the companies that he started, and eSight Motors and their current situation and what they're doing to get in a better place. When it came time to talk about Reeltime, we ran out of time and we are planning to have another discussion. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you all the research that I've kind of gathered. But before I do that, I want to let you know I'm an average computer user. I'm not I messed around with web development. I don't know much about AI. I use it quite a bit, but I'm not an expert. I understand some of the theory. But so I kind of want to go through their claims and kind of see what I've found and see if it makes you comfortable as an investor. So their big claim, I think, is that it's real intelligent, achieves chip agnostic scalability through fully distributed global intelligence network scaling without data centers. And so a data center, that if you know why NVIDIA is making so much money, is because they produce the GPUs, which have generally been found to be the best way to use LLM prompts, to work on LLM prompts. And so to have not need a data center would be incredible for this using an LLM or image processing or video processing, because the GPU seems to be the best way we know how to process that. So they clarify their advantages of its proprietary intelligence platform, emphasizing that RI is entirely chip agnostic, therefore immune to chip shortages, manufacturing delay, or future hardware disruptions. So it sounds like you could run it on a CPU, on a GPU, on any type, on your phone processor, whatever that is. Unlike legacy models that rely on GPU farms, RI operates through a fully distributed, ever-expanding network of global computing resources. RI draws processing power from wherever it exists, edge devices, cloud nodes, network systems, scaling naturally as the world computing capacity grows. And then Barry says, RI was built to exist independently of any single chip or manufacturer. The connected world becomes more powerful. As it becomes more powerful, RI automatically becomes more capable without needing data centers or infrastructure development. We incur no massive upfront hardware costs, facilities, or expenditures on data centers. Okay, that is huge. I would expect if you had something that groundbreaking, there would be scientific papers, and this would be a huge news story. So, and the company that does it revolutionized something. So I would think that there would be white papers and stories like that. Previously, I want to show you some of the queries I've sent to Reeltime. So originally, earlier on when I first started studying this was about a week ago. Which model am I currently leveraging? The response was, you are leveraging RI on the GPT-5 model. And then I asked it to explain. It means it's a white label LLM stack. And so white label is when one company takes another company's product and rebrands it as their own. So think Kirkland brand at Costco is often made by other manufacturers, and so you can find an equivalent product under another brand name, but you buy it at Kirkland and they get some sort of deal and make it cheaper. And so then I asked it to switch a profile model, and that really didn't tell me anything. And then I said, what do you mean exactly as a white label LLM stack? And then it says, this is what a white label LLM stack means. It is a platform that's branded, governed by one company, here Reeltime, while the underlying model providers and infrastructure are abstracted. So I read that as Reeltime is using data or processing power from other companies, and those infrastructures are abstracted. And when we go down to branding, the RI persona, tone, and user interface without exposing underlying vendors. In short, you get RI's branded, consistent experience, while the model providers and mechanics behind the scenes can evolve without disrupting you. Okay. Now, currently, if you put that same prompt, which model am I leveraging, it will show you you're using real-time intelligence powered by the connected world. So there's a chance that RI hallucinated. That can happen. Later on, I got into questions about, these are GPT errors, and I would get an error called an OA chat model request failed, and curl error 28. So let's take that error and go back to our screen here. Okay, we're back, and I'm going to use Grok. Well, actually, we'll use Reeltime. So I'm logged in. Try RI now, and then I'm going to type this in. I should have had it copied already. OA chat model request failed. Curl 28. What is that? And then actually I'll copy it because we'll do a little kind of speed test real quick. I already have Grok. Paste. OA chat model request failed, curl error 28 is an error message indicating the connection attempt to an OpenAI related chat model, likely OpenAI, abbreviated as OA. Okay, and then it tells you it's a timeout, and RI is still working on that. In the meantime, I want to show you a couple of other things. I had in the gallery. So every time, oh, we have an answer. Let's read it. This is what curl, it doesn't mention OpenAI right now. Ensure your client reads the stream continuously. Do not buffer. Okay, so it tells you what the error is. It doesn't mention OpenAI. I can, in the meantime, I'll say, what does the OA stand for? Excuse my typing. And then what I want to do is inspect. Now I want to show you some code that I found. Now again, I'm not an expert, but if we go to RI, let's see, yep, we're already in it. So if you go and you inspect, you right click and you inspect and you go to sources and you go to real time, OA can mean different things depending on context. A few ones, open access. But if you search Google or anywhere else and enter that error, you'll see that most often responds to OpenAI, or the answer is OA stands for OpenAI. Here's some code I wanted to show you. On line 124, client-side sanitizer for any user visible error message. Function sanitize client message. So it says if type of message does not equal a string, so that means if it's an image or a array, some other type of, other than a strand of letters, you return the message. And then it looks for patterns. If the pattern has GPT, GPT image, GPT-4, GPT mini, and I think GPT-5, we can expand it. GPT-5, so Claude, Gemini, then let sanitize message. For each, you replace the, for each pattern, you replace these words with the AI service. And so then you return the message. And so we're not getting, the message that is being sent to the server is stripping OpenAI from the request. I want to, then we have another piece of code, white label AI response before rendering in chat. So we discussed what white label is. This is part of the code that comes up. This is a front label associated with this website. Function, white label response, and then it replaces GPT and override alert to ensure no model or provider ever appears to users. So there's an alert to ensure that no model provider names ever appear to users. Now I've got some code, I want to try it out to kind of override this. You can do this on the front end because this is exposed to us. Now a lot of the computing is done in the back end, and so I want to ask again what this shouldn't change anything because OA stand for really. And we'll see if it comes back. But as we go through this code, we'll give it one chance to do this, and then I want to show you what I found with the gallery. If we search through, Control F, so OA doesn't have any one remaining. Okay, so it's not going to tell me. That's good. Let's look up OpenAI here. And so we find it, disable the input filter, let GPT and OpenAI pass through. So it's mentioning OpenAI, and this is keep the prompt field empty, OpenAI image prompt. Let's see, let's go. So this is an interesting one, the cost calculation. And so OpenAI image prompt, here we go, if provider equals Gemini, so that's then it will charge you this many tokens. OpenAI image size from group, so you can see that in this code it is dealing with the providers. Now I don't know how this code is used. What I want to do, and so let me show you this other thing real quick and we'll come back to it. What I did in the gallery is the prompt I would use. Yeah, let's see. Oh, come on. Let's see if I can expand it. I don't know if you can see it all. I can't. So the prompt is, oh, here we go. You can see it. I'd like a video of a Rhodesian Ridgeback wearing a space helmet bounding on the moon. Behind the moon, an accurate space sky shows the Earth accurately lit by the sun. There is a billboard on the moon surrounded by Christmas lights that has your company logo. And so I'm asking it to put the company logo of the AI that I'm requesting with the server version. The sun partially lights the Earth, and the dog and billboard are also lit by the sun. So the only thing that matters is your company logo. I did this several times, and you can see that each time, these are videos. They're really good videos. There we go. This is a picture. The music I couldn't get to do anything, but I have some interesting another video. I really like this. Excuse the sound. And so we'll do another image. What I wanted to do, and in this code, let's see if I can find it real quick, and I should have had it saved, was, oh, that's the wrong code, sources. I want to find, there is a piece of code that says if the image is provided, it will use Gemini versus OpenAI. So if provider var prompt. I'll have to find this later. And so you can also see else if provider is A111, which is a open source provider, and it will tell you how many credits it uses. And OpenAI, again, all throughout here, there is all sorts of ways that that tell you that there are other providers possibly used in this. And so let me go back to the gallery. What I want to do, this is, I want to take a picture of this. Copy. And then I'm going to use describe your video, choose file, or no, oh, I have to save it. So let me go back. Gallery. And then file save. We'll go with desktop, save, and then sorry about this. So image, oh no, video. Choose file, desktop. Okay, it's in there. And then alter this image to show your logo instead. Okay. Now, I don't know what will happen because every time I've done it before, I've used just the prompt. And I want to go back to the inspect, bind. Oh, I'm in the, sorry. Oh my gosh, that's not going to help. If provider equals OpenAI, enforce single output for Gemini A111. If provider equals Gemini, action name, generate AI image. And so this should be, oh, look, it's the same image. Okay, it did not change it to Gemini as I had hoped, or as my theory was. And so I think that's good enough. So my main concerns are this code to the side, that sometimes you can get the AI to hallucinate and tell you things, and it won't tell you the same things that other AIs will tell you when asked about other systems. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.